speaker. Well, I'm going to invite you to, before Malu, then we will invite one speaker, is Ibu Ninu Mardiana Pambudi. She is the first female editor-in-chief of Kompas Daily, the largest Indonesian newspaper. She took the position since last year. Before that, Ninuk's specialty of reporting, this is interesting, was fashion and gender. She gets her master's degree from Women's Studies program of University of Indonesia. In the latest election, Indonesia has experienced an escalation and strengthened polarization in the society. And this has put the media in a more challenging situation in maintaining its independence and non-partisanship in reporting the election. Kompas received big attack when reporting a polling result, which makes one of the presidential candidates was unhappy. The attack was massive and targeting Ninu as the editor-in-chief personally. But she replied the attack by simply saying, "Everyone has their own way. And I am sure I am not selling ice cream." So let's hear from Ibu Ninu about Kompas lessons learned in keeping its professionalism and promote unbiased reporting during elections. Hello. Ibu Ninu.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for to respect for inviting me here. As has been told before, the election, our last general election is in bahasa Indonesia we called it as seru. It's very lively and very fiercely support every supporters from each part use any means to promote their own candidates and even as told before, attack us as a Kompas newspaper because of our survey. But before we talk about that, I would like to give a short history of elections in Indonesia, just a brief, because I believe that some of the audience is maybe not quite aware of the history of election in Indonesia. So Indonesia has the first election in 1955, and then since 1971, the election took place every 5 years. But the people didn't choose the president directly until 2004 election, and the situation was changed because of Suharto. The era of Suharto and with New Order ended in May 21 in 1998, and then after that we have our first free election in 1999, and it was not much challenges, I think, in reporting those elections because the euphoria of having first-time direct simple election made everyone wanted to the election to be a successful story. But the biggest era, or more the biggest and most complex general election in April 2019, I think it's becoming a new era because in this April 2019, for the first time, in the country history, the president, the vice president, members of People Consultative Assembly, and members of local legislative bodies were elected on the same day with over 190 million eligible voters. Continue, please. The next slides, please. The essence of democracy is people participation in politics, social, and economy. It is assumed the bigger the participation, the better the quality of democracy. General election is considered as the best means for better representation in political bodies and better democracy, as long as there are just, free, tolerant, free from corruption. So media can support the democracy by ensuring people participate in free and democratic election. So the challenges for media are make sure the election is free from pressure, from ruling party, from the team of the political politicians, from the political parties, and free from money politics. In last election, general election, I think Perludem and the Department of Politics of University of Indonesia have the data, and also from my interview with some of the candidates for the legislative bodies, talking about how the candidates, women especially, lost their chance to win the seats in legislative body because the bureaucracy involvement in supporting to win certain candidates. And also there are, of course, money that usually the women candidates cannot afford when they have to compete with other usually male candidates because usually the male candidates has more resource than the women candidates. We also in Kompas encourage the young voters by having our special section for young readers in Kompas. We called it Muda column. Encouraging the young people to have a peaceful election, and we also work together with in Kompas. We have a Kompas print, kompas.com online, and Kompas TV. So, and we collaborate together to have a discussion from one university to the other university, talking to the young generation to encourage them to participate in elections, because there is a tendency that they didn't want to go to the they didn't want to participate because it seems that they just didn't believe with the parties or the candidates. Media credibility in our experience through many elections means accuracy, objectivity, and not taking side on any political parties or contestants. But that position is not easy in the era of digital, because there's false information and hoax, as already been told. This hoax and false information can be deliberately spread by the buzzer to disinform people, or spread by netizens who simply believe in something without checking, or because of low literacy capability. As we know, Indonesia had a quite low literacy index compared to even to ASEAN countries. Because of the above situation, we prefer in Kompas to use data. Data is becoming more important than before in promoting, I believe, in promoting democratic election. So, Kompas Daily newspaper set up research and development R&D division since 1990s. It is instrumental to editorial reporting, including reporting on election process. We do polling periodically prior to the election, usually starts 6 months before. We already did it on several general election. Kompas builds the pool of respondents for years. They are not necessarily Kompas readers. And it's from the cities, from Aceh in the western part of Indonesia to Papua in the eastern part of Indonesia. Usually the polling involve minimum 500 respondents. And one of the result of the polling is quite interesting, because we asked our respondents about the neutrality of the press in the general election in 2019, and what we found is that as many only 38.3% respondent believe that media reporting the people needs around 20% believe media is reporting the interest of certain group, and 32% believe media reporting the interest of business. So this is a challenge for media if we as a media want to promote the democratic election. When asked whether the media has done its job to promote people involvement in controlling the public institution as part of the democracy, only 26.7% respondents agree. As many as 35% respondents believe media has not done their job in controlling the public interest. When asked who jeopardized the professionality of journalists and media doing their job, 29.5% respondents believe the interest group. And as the main actor, then the political parties, 19.4% of the respondents said that the political parties jeopardizing the media and journalists doing their job, and government states only 14%. So the interest group, although it is not stated in the result, but it is clear that during the practice, everyday practice, business group and media conglomeration is also been part of the interest group that become a point of interest of the society. As already been told by Professor Cherian, in 2019 Indonesia general election showed intensified polarization in society. Sorry. Media were also showed a tendency to polarize, especially in presidential election. So media is also showed a tendency to polarize. We have to admit that. Media were under pressure from polarized society to take sides based on religious belief. Situation was worsened by the social media. Buzzers were very active on both sides, and they even made campaign to boycott media that considered not on their side. What I mean with media is at that time was Kompas. Kompas was criticized actually by supporters from both sides, especially from buzzer and netizen. And one of the head of the political party called me and said to me that the persons who participating in attacking Kompas, some were politicians who were didn't satisfied with the news of Kompas because we try to be not taking side on our news. But on the other side, because we attacked by both sides, or because we criticized by both sides, we believe that it shows that our position in not it is show that we are on a position not taking part in any contestants. The attack is just because we published survey on the political on the probability of its presidential on its president's candidate, and the funniest thing is after after Kompas published the survey results, and I met with one of the candidates, the President Jokowi, and I told him about the result, and President said that it's okay, it's good. It seems it showed thank you. He even said thank you because it showed us that we have to work harder. So it seems that before, maybe the team always said a good thing about everything. Everything is good, you will win easily, and so and so and so. But after our survey told that the probability for Jokowi is slightly down, then the team, maybe part of the team, is not happy with our survey result. So But what we do, as been told before by as been told before, that Kompas just go on what we believe in reporting, in reporting, in not taking part. I think that's all from me. Maybe we can discuss it on after this. Thank you.